Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. It is drunk pokeroo time, and it is beer time. Um, I like to go out and visit breweries now. It's kind of a thing I do. I encourage you guys to do it, and the reason I do that is so you can get beer. Get beer you can't get at the beer store or the liquor store. I mean, you know what? I pop by the liquor store once or twice a week just to see if any news come in from breweries that are outside of my area. Pick up some stock of, something just to drink in the fridge. But, going to the breweries, you can fill up your growler. This did contain a full growler of headstock from Tuesday. However, that is gone now. We celebrated the opening of the NHL playoffs last night and finished off the last of my growler. It's wonderful. So when I go to Nickelbrook, I'm always going to fill my growler with something that I know I love. Mostly because I like to have a beer, just to have a beer as opposed to reviewing or talking about it. So I just want to sit and enjoy a beer. Headstock's a great beer for that. I've talked about that. One of the best IPAs in Ontario. Picked this up immodest on the end of Pokapalooza there the last day. That's a darn fine beer. Big Imperial Pale Ale. Imperial India Pale Ale. Sorry. So big juicy dankness going on there. Something that you definitely want to try. Again, you got to go to the brewery to get it. However, this one here is today's beer, and I saved this for today. I wanted to have it last night, but I wanted to try it with you guys. I have never tried it. It is Malevolent, a black Imperial IPA. If you've been following along on the Instagrams, you know that I've kind of fallen in love with black IPAs. They screw with your head when you look at them. The big Canuck always says we're drinking a black IPA because you look at it and you think stout, and then you drink it and it's an IPA, and it's just there's roasty flavors and just it's amazing. I love that. I love that there's always this new thing. Like I talked about the 1105 Imperial Saison from Nickelbrook, and I had one last night. It was kind of my nightcap, and just a great sipper beer. I was watching the Chicago St. Louis overtime, and it was just a great beer to have. But so yeah, this is 9.5% alcohol, so that's big slow sipper territory, big boozy bastard territory. So, this is not something you're going to pound and not something you're going to have, to start your night off with. If you do, it's going to be one of those ones where you really take your time and drink it, I hope. Anyways, 90 IBUs, so let's let the bitterness begin. Jumps out of the can at you. Oh, dear me. Look at that. That's a thick pour. Look at that head. Oh, that is lovely. Oh, Lord. Ooh. This beer may not wish me harm, but I wish to consume it. Look at that. That is a thick, full head on that thing. And that is a dark tan. I can smell stuff already. Let's citrusy. Well, you know what? Cheers. Ooh, baby. That's a good beer. Wow. Where do you start? The head itself could be its own drink. I mean, it's really creamy and malty. Now, this has a nice roasted malt presence. Definitely getting some chocolate in there, some dark chocolate. But it's hints. Like, this is a big tropical citrus punch. A lot of grapefruit, pineapple. I mean, but it's not 9.5% tasting. So it's not like you're getting all this alcohol. It's wow. Oh, that is delightful. Of a duck. Whew. There's a definite alcohol note to it on the back end, like at the back of your throat, but not heavy, and it doesn't dominate the beer, which is nice, because when you start getting up to these, Imperials and these, barrel aged stuff, and this is a barrel. When you get into barrel aged stuff, you're expecting some alcohol note. But man, my mouth is just coated with a piney, resinous hop flavor, and it's absolutely delightful. Wow, that's a great friggin' beer. And you know what? I rarely encounter a beer that I don't like on some level. I run into beers where I may rate them a 3.25 out of 5, let's say. Now, my rating system, I've never had a 5. There's no such thing as a 5. In my book, anyways, in my eyes, there's no such thing as the perfect beer. It's the pursuit of that perfect beer that engages my senses and makes me want to continue my journey. But so for me, generally 4.25 is the highest. So if I'm giving a beer a 3.5 or something, I'm saying go buy this beer. Okay, this is a 4 all day long. It's one of the best beers I've had so far this year. Coming on the heels of Immodest, and some of the other Imperial, black IPAs and Imperial IPAs and double IPAs. We talked about the one from in Asante the other day, the 2-night stand. That was a double IPA. So that was a very, very juicy. This is not juicy. This is very. The only harm it does is to the fact that I only have one can. I shared one last night. Like I gave one away. So that's my only sadness. I'm gonna have to drive back out there and get more. But dang, that's good. So again, definitely not an entry level beer. Oh, there's even a little bit of coffee bitterness in there, some smokiness. Wow, so complex. And I'm not going to sit here and drink a Brava Light and tell you how complex it is, because it's not. It's not 1/10 as complex as this. It's designed to get you drunk. I don't drink them anymore. I hope you don't either. And if you do, well, remember, drink responsibly. But yeah, man, you can sit and talk about this kind of beer all day. It's so friggin' good. I'm definitely going to have to go get more. I have to repeat that, but I need to go get more. So this weekend, we're going to be trying a new beer, and hopefully my good friend, the Big Canuck, will join me here, and we're going to talk about Swamp Juice number 24 from Great Lakes Brewery, which I'm going to go grab 2 growlers of for each of us. Again, going to breweries, right? You go, you fill up your growler, you come home, you got yourself a nice jug of beer, spread it out over a couple of days. This is perfect, though. This is the slow sipper for my afternoon. I'm going to go sit outside, maybe put on a light jacket. It's kind of nice out, a little cool. It's supposed to warm up, guys. Remember that? It's barbecue season. I mean, it's barbecue season all year for me, but it's barbecue season where you can sit outside and eat dinner. It's coming. I see 16s and 17s in that forecast, and that just warms me up like this does. This just settles right into you. That's a great beer. I mean, I took too sharp of a drink there. That's it. I like to roll it around, and when I don't, I kind of catch myself. I missed that flavor there, But very, very good citrus notes. Go get one. Do better than that. Buy a 4-pack. That way you got 1 to share and 3 for your fridge. All right, folks. So like I said, we'll see you this weekend for GLB Swamp Juice number 24. Thank you, Brook, for always being awesome and for always making something new for me to come out and grab and visit, and say hi to everybody. I certainly love stopping into breweries because the people inside are just fantastic. I don't know if it's, they just hire the right people or the right people are attracted to craft beer. I'm not sure. I talked a bit about it today on the blog. I'll leave the link down below. Go check it out. It's about living out loud. I used to hide in the shame and darkness of being depressed and having anxiety and, behind crappy beer. And I don't do that anymore thanks to beers like Brook makes. Okay. They're challenging. They're balanced. They're, accessible. Once you learn how to train your palate to taste these big, bold, citrusy flavors. But, I talk about living my life out loud. Everything I do now is out loud and, trying to not hide in that shame of, being depressed and feeling anxious and being afraid of living my life. So I don't do that anymore. This stuff helps. I love to do it. I love to share it with you. I love to meet up with you guys, which we will be doing hopefully soon at various events across Southern Ontario. Until this weekend, my friends, raise your glass, raise your standards. Thank you, Brook, once again. Cheers. Boom.